Hey, YouTube, Facebook. It's your boy Tony. Um, so Prince died today. Um, some of y'all just fucking mean, and I'm gonna tell you why. People who are upset about Prince are not upset because they're upset because he died, but it's a little deeper than that. Um, I remember being in the fifth grade when Elvis Presley died, and all the little white kids were running around crying, and I thought maybe they had an uncle named Elvis who died. Hell, I was in the fifth grade. I didn't know. Uh, and I just kind of like, oh wow, Elvis died. And as I grew older, I realized the significance to them and their households. And as I've gotten older, other people have died. I think, and I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just speaking for me personally. When I think about Prince dying, I was in the seventh grade when Prince first burst on the scene. And one of the first songs I remember was "I Feel for You." A lot of people know Shaka Khan and "I Feel for You." It's a Prince song. It was on his first album. And I remember, of all the songs on that first album, that's the only one I can relate to. And I remember the first time I saw him on American Bandstand. I'm like, who is this light skinned woman? Because he had really long hair and a rather androgynous look, which he kind of carried out to the end. I didn't like him. I was like, I like this song, but I don't know about this man. Like, men are supposed to look like that. But anyway, one of my friends, his sister, my best friend at high school, Norris Banks, his sister loved him. And eventually, by the time I got into 10th grade, I was like, okay, Levy, you're right. Well, Prince really was the soundtrack of my life, a large part of my life. Seventh grade is when you go to big boy school, and I felt like I was a big boy. Then I remember being in, I want to say it was 10th or 11th grade, maybe in my senior year, when Purple Rain came out, and I was in the Upward Bound program at Miles College. Woo, Upward Bound. And I remember me and my friend Marie and Sonya and Kimothy and a bunch of other folks went over to the movie theater in Midfield. Yeah, there used to be a movie theater in Midfield, and watched Purple Rain at the end of the movie. I remember us having our lighters in the air in the theater and waving around. And, that was one of the first fond memories I have of my dear friend and sister Sonya, who passed away last year. Then Prince helped me out again inadvertently with coming out to my folks. My first real boyfriend at that time, and I both were Prince fanatics. We loved Prince. And back then we used to write each other letters, actual letters. And no one, I tried to hide my letters, and I would hide them in my comic books because no one was going to read my comic books in college. Well, I came home and my sister was reading my comic books. Luckily, we didn't sign the letters with our names. We signed them using titles of Prince songs. And she was reading the comic books and happened upon the letters and put two and two together and got four. And pretty much that was my coming out story. And I have to say, for coming out stories, it was pretty palatable. My sister, Veronica, has always been one of my biggest cheerleaders and one of my number one supporters. So Prince was important to me then. Um, Prince was important to me in a lot of aspects of my life, my college life, my work life, career, my career as a sales manager at Cox Radio, and sales rep and sales manager at Cox Radio. Me and my friend D. I think Yolanda was there, a couple other people when he did the musicology tour. We had some badass seats. And so, mourning his death is not like, oh God, Prince lived next door to us. That was our cousin. No, mourning the loss of Prince is more than that. We mourn the loss of a little bit of ourselves, a little bit of our innocence. Even though Prince's music was rather racy, it was part of who we are. It's part of our makeup. It's part of what we will leave to this world. Um, Almost sounds like an apology, but it's not. So all you mean asses out there with your mean ass, you know, I just don't understand why people don't understand that other people grieve in different ways. Maybe you have nothing to grieve because you have nothing to live for. I don't know. But some of us have lives and we're happy with them. Prince Rogers Nelson was an iconic genius. And I think the world will miss him and his music. I will. Be blessed.